Hello and welcome everyone to tonight's running of the Brickyard 200 here at Snead Competition Design Xfinity Series. I'm Timothy Hammond as always. The guys just finished practicing. They're going to start rolling out for qualifying. We will see if we can't catch somebody qualifying here so far. The guys are just slowly rolling off. Brady LaBeouf coming off pit road right now, driving that number 9 Chevrolet. This is going to be a very unique race just due to Indianapolis. They call it an oval, but to me it's kind of like a triangle. Or no, I didn't mean to say triangle. Rectangle. You get 4 full corners. So pretty much if you break them down into 2 corners apiece, you get 8 corners per se, and a very long pit road up front as LaBeouf comes across to get the green flag for his first lap here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. See if we can't ride on board and have him take us a lap around this very iconic track. See, you're really gonna keep that wheel pretty straight. And he's already redlining over halfway down the backstretch. He's gonna let off, try to get down into turn number 3, get back in the gas right in the center, pull it back out. And this is a very small straightaway where he's just going to get right back off the gas and try to punch it as hard as he can coming off this corner. And he's let's see what kind of lap time he's about to run. Looks like he'll be the first person to, oh no, he won't be the first person to run a lap, but as he comes to the line, he runs a 54.14. Oh, and he tags that wall there coming out of turn 2. And I think that's going to be it for him. That really is going to mess up that second lap. But let's take a look. Josh Bonwell right now ran a 53.86 for his lap. See what he can pull off on the second lap. You see he's a little loose coming off those corners. He's really pushing that car to its limits. Coming down the front straightaway, crossing the yard of bricks, and he's going to be running a 53.99. So he just missed his best lap. And it looks like Chris Cinnamon is out on the track right now. He's running his warm-up lap coming down to the green flag, I believe. Doesn't sound like he's really on it right now. Not sure why. Comes across the yard of bricks. Okay, so now this is a timed lap right here. Gabriel Ellison, we'll jump to him really quick, just ran a 54 flat. He's on his second lap, trying to beat Josh Bonwell's time. He's coming down that long backstretch. He's got to run faster than a 53.86. Coming through the corners. Doesn't seem like he's pushing the car as much as I expect. But it is hard to see when you're, doing these camera angles. You kind of get played onto what kind of lap time they're going to run. And he's coming across the yard of bricks, and he runs a 53.96. Just misses it by 1/100th of a second. So far, he is sitting in second place. Chris Cinnamon, who we were on before, he ran a 54.27 for his lap time. Bonwell still on that pole position right now. Take a look at Alan Baird, and he just went across the line, ran a 54.31 for his fastest lap as that comes to an end. Derek Mullins is out on the track right now. A really fast car. We'll see what he can pull out. This is a timed lap right here as he's coming down the front stretch, running about 180 miles an hour at the moment. Crosses those bricks, runs a 53.96, ties with Gabriel Ellison. Oh, and that's all he's going to run. And Rhett Tucker just ran a 53.99. And looks as though that may be his fastest lap time as well. So there looks like they're going to give Derek Mullins that second position to start over Gabriel Ellison. Clinton Snead out on the track at the moment in that number 49 Toyota. This is a timed lap right here. It's coming down to the start-finish line, coming through that final corner off of turn 4. A long front stretch. We're about 186 miles an hour at the moment, 87. Clinton Snead, his first lap's going to be a 54.41. Currently has him in 10th position. Let's see if he can pick that up here on this second lap. Now, as we were watching in practice, not sure if anyone else noticed, but these guys seem to be really loose coming off those corners. See if Snead here can pick anything up and start in a better position. Coming off that final corner, coming down that front stretch, going to be crossing over those bricks very shortly. And his second lap, a 54.40, keeps him in 10th position. And Dylan Falovich, driver of that number 48, your points leader. Oh, gets in the grass. Oh, that is not. Oh, and he's going to slide it. Is he going to keep it going? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's going to try again. So it looks like as of right now, point standings, Falovich is currently sitting third in points. He is about 31 points from your leader, Rhett Tucker, here after 4 races. Last week we were at Road Atlanta. What a wild race that was. And I believe tonight is pretty much the same as last week. 80 laps. So we're going to have 80 laps. And it looks like it breaks it down to first stage is 20 laps, second stage is 20 laps, and the final stage is 40 laps. They only get three sets of changeable tires. They get 4 sets total. They're going to start off with some nice, fresh Goodyear tires on those babies. And is Falovich going to have time to even post a lap is my question. Coming off that, going through the final turn here before he hits that front stretch to post that first lap. Looks like he will be able to post at least 1 lap here tonight. See if he can even challenge that pole position as he crosses that start-finish line. And it looks like he comes across the line at a 54.42, puts him in 11th place. with the time winding down here at the Brickyard 200 as we get set to set the grid here. I really think this is going to be a fantastic race. A lot of different strategy can be played out here. They are going to have to pit in that final segment. The final segment is 40 laps. They can only make it about 25 laps on fuel. Let's take a look at our leader. He is going to be your Johnny on the spot temporary site services pole winner tonight. Congratulations, Josh Bonwell, bringing that Ford Mustang to that pole position. We'll see if he can actually bring it home tonight and possibly bring home a win. And you see Derek Mullins there, who's starting right next to him. I want to give a special shout out to our sponsors. Of course, the series sponsor, Snead Competition Design, is your main sponsor for this Xfinity series here tonight. And of course, as always here at 10-4 Broadcasting, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. It should be an exciting race. These guys have, I'll tell you what, these stage races have been insane. Last week we had two drivers get together coming down to that first stage at Road Atlanta. Came side by side, beating and banging, and they ended up both getting damaged and pretty much cost one of them a chance at winning the race. But tonight it's we're gonna have some really good racing here at Indianapolis as we take you through the field. Tonight's grid is Josh Bonwell starting in first place in that number 56, and Derek Mullins starting in second in that number 22. Gabriel Ellison starting third in that number 27, and Rhett Tucker starting fourth in that number 99. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to take a look really quick. Rhett Tucker is your points leader right now, in the lead by 10 points over Gabriel Ellison. So it'll be a good points day to see what happens with those guys. And in fifth position, we have Matt Steck in that number 5. Mark Brown in that number 68 from Indiana. Brady LaBeouf in that number 9 from the Mid-South. Chris Cinnamon in that number 3 from Canada. Alan Baird starting 9th in that number 14. Clinton Snead starting 10th in that number 49. Dylan Falovich starting 11th in that number 48. Clinton Castleberry in the number 21 starting in 12th. As we go through the field, Tony Smith starting in 13th in that number 16. Torrey Thompson in that number 88 starting in 14th. Greg Wellen in that 094 starting in 15th. Casey Herring starting in 16th in that number 2. And rounding out the field, Brandon Bullock in that number 28. As you can see, the pace car has dove off into pit road as we get ready to take the green flag here. The green flag is underway. Great start for Josh Bonwell as he heads off into turn 1. Guys are 2 by 2 from second on back. Gabriel Ellison takes that second position away from Derek Mullins. Derek Mullins is going to go to the inside of him, though. He's not going to give it up that easy. Max Steck back there just behind them in 4th position. And this is what the leader is going to want to see. He's going to want to see these two battling it out. And looks like Mullins is going to fall in behind him as we head down this backstretch for this first lap. These guys are getting settled in. They know it's a long race. It looks like Tucker's going to go to the inside of Max Steck here. That is for position. That is for 4th position. And Tucker's going to hold that inside line. The question is, will that 9 car go with him? Brady LaBeouf looks like he's not going to be there in time, but it may slow him up enough to where he will. That number 9 car dives down to the inside, as they're still side by side for that position. And the longer they stay side by side, the longer, or the farther the guys in front of them are going to get away. And now Steck gets behind Tucker, and now they are single file. But now LaBeouf has a battle going on for him. Mark Brown trying to go to the inside of him for that position. That would be for the 6th position. Mark Brown goes to the inside and does clear him for that position. And he is going to move up into 6th place. Let's ride on board with Chris Cinnamon and see what he sees from his view. These guys are going to be drafting down this front stretch. You see, well before they even get halfway through, he is already redlining. 9,000 RPM, he's letting off. Gets down to about 7,000 RPM, tries to get back into it. Nice and smooth through the center of that corner. Gets down there a little bit tighter than the number 9 car, but gets a really good run. But the 9 car is going to get a good run on the outside lane and carry that momentum. The tire fall off is really fast here, from what I heard from the drivers earlier. Oh, looks like we have an issue. Clinton Snead went off the track. Let's go take a look. Looks like Alan Baird crashed, Clinton Snead crashed. So let's go back and see what happened here. Clinton Snead, he gets sideways. Comes down. The Baird got sideways, comes down, and Clinton Snead nowhere to go for him. Oh, that is unfortunate. That's going to be some heavy damage. Looks like Snead may have... Oh, let's see if we can't get a different view of that one. We'll go... right back here. We're on board Clinton Snead. You see the 14 sideways. He's letting up, trying to miss him. Slams right into the right front of that car. Really gives him a lot of damage to both of those guys. Let's see if we can't... Oh, nope. Just trying to see if we couldn't... Nope. It's not going to let me do it. All right. So, Clinton Snead, see if he goes to the pits. I know that's going to be some heavy damage as they catch up to the field. Casey Herring went off the track. Oh, he just looks like he was letting people by. As we are on, looks like we're, Casey Herring has a lot of damage. What happened? Oh no! They wrecked under caution. That sends Casey Herring to the inside wall. Looks like him and Clinton, or not Clinton. Yeah, Clinton Castleberry get into each other there. Not sure what happened there. As these guys come into pit road now, Casey Herring has a lot of damage. Bonwell's already out of pits. Looks like pretty much everybody is already back out of pits. Oh no, these guys are in here. Dylan Falovich, Alan Baird, Clinton Snead. Right now it looks like a lot of these guys are in here for a really long time. Not sure why that is. Couple of minutes for a minute and 4 seconds so far. It looks like, well, I guess the 16 or the 21 got damaged from Herring. I believe the 16 may have gotten a little damage from that as well. So those guys want to try to fix as much damage as possible and get back out there. As you see Torrey Thompson take off and get out of pits And now Dylan Falovich is on his way. That interesting chain of events there. I know guys probably can't be happy from that one because that is unfortunately an incident that is not good. So we're going to take a look at the best lap times here. As you can see, these are our new tickers for tonight. Looks like we'll be using them from here on. Looks like Bonwell's running a 54.93, Ellison the 54.08, and those are their best lap times right under their name as these guys come across the start-finish line. And it looks like the pace lights are out as we get ready to go green here tonight. Or back to green, I should say. Trying to see if it doesn't show me. Yes, it looks like we've done 5 laps so far. Let's go take a look at our biggest mover of the race so far, Brandon Bullock. So far has gained 8 positions since the start of this race. And it looks like so far our biggest, well, I don't want to say biggest loser, but who's lost the most positions so far is Alan Baird, who's still on pit road trying to repair that damage that he did sustain from that spin out of turn 3. But these guys are coming down that back stretch, getting ready to go back to green. And we're going to do a crank it up on this restart. We're going to let those engines roar. And right here on 10-4 Broadcasting, we're going to do it 10-4 style and crank it up as they come down to this restart. And you can really hear, when we're on board, you can hear those RPMs get up there on those long straightaways as we're riding here on board with Rhett Tucker driving that number 9 Ford Mustang. Right now, Rhett Tucker's sitting in 3rd place. Looks like he is about, let's see the gap here. Rhett Tucker is about a second back from your leader, who has led every lap so far, Josh Bonwell, in that number 56. As you see the field kind of settling in, they know it's a long race tonight. And Sherry Stone in the chat's giving a shout out to Rhett Tucker, cheering him on. We'll see if he's able to bring home another win. He has 2 on the season so far. He has 2 wins on the season, 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s. Gabriel Ellison has 1 win, 4 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. So those 2 are really so far been the class of the field. Our winners so far have been Rhett Tucker, Gabriel Ellison, and Justin Lumpkin this season, as we are on race number 5 here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Really just a iconic track that is one of my favorites, not just because I was born in Indiana, but just it's just so unique compared to some of our other typical ovals. And when they're racing the Brickyard 400 here, it's hot. And I think we could take a look at, let's take a look at the track map here. You can kind of see there on the corner of your screen what it looks like. As you can see where all the drivers are on the track right now. It looks like, unfortunately, Allen is still on pit road. You can see his grayed out initials there sitting on the front stretch. He is in pit still. And as you can see, the rest of these guys here spread out. Casey Herring, a lot of damage on that incident during the caution. Possibly later, maybe we'll talk to him and see what did happen. As we are counting down the laps here, we're on lap 11 of 80, halfway through the first stage. See if we can't catch back up with the leaders. Still, Josh Bonwell is really taking the field to school right now, but also maybe Gabriel Ellison's kind of saving his tires, because tire fall off is apparently very real at this track. In real life they have a lot of tire problems as well. As we show the battle for first here. It's our battle box down there. Casey Herring looks like he's about 28 seconds away from the leader. And then Gabriel Ellison's half a second back, and Rhett Tucker is now 0.7 back from the leader. And Derek Mullins really reeling those front guys in. He is now under a second away from that leader. As they head off into turn 4. Bonwell's doing a really good job of controlling that. He was having, in practice, I was watching him quite a bit, and he was sliding all over the place, but he really got it under wraps here at race time. And now Ellison and Tucker are really reeling him in. They're both just about a half a second back. So maybe Josh has used up his tires. We will have to see as we let's ride on board with. Right on board with Ellison here. riding on board here with Gabriel Ellison. As he reels in that leader, he is definitely closing the gap. He is about 0.3. Oh, Ellison had to let off the gas a little bit there. That might hurt him. I'm not sure. He lost about 0.04 there off that corner when we heard him let off the gas, or maybe a little too much. As we head down the backstretch, Rhett Tucker now to the inside of Gabriel Ellison. You can see there passing him. As we were riding on board as that pass happened, Rhett Tucker now making his way towards that leader. Rhett Tucker was about a second back from the leader, and he is now taking that lead down to, let's see. Oh. He is now 0.32 behind the leader. As we see this battle for first position. Lap 15 right now. About 5 laps until we get that competition caution for the end of stage 1. And it looks like Alan Baird has finally left pit road. It looks like he was on pit road for about 12 minutes and 16 seconds. He must have taken a lot of damage in that wreck with Clinton Snead, who had nowhere to go. And a whole 10th he shaved off that lap. Rhett Tucker is really bringing him in. As we see this battle for first position shape up as we come near the end of stage 1. Could Rhett Tucker win another stage here tonight? He is dialed in. He did say that he really enjoyed this track, so we will see what he's got rallied up. He is really hugging that low line, really able to get a really good run off the corners. And Derek Mullins now has passed Ellison for third position. Now Rhett Tucker is going to go to the inside. He's going to take that lead away from him on lap 17. I'm sorry, lap 17 here, as we've got 3 to go in this stage. Lap 18 here. And now Tucker takes that lead away from Josh Bonwell. Let's go back and take a look at that pass. Gets a good run off of him down here into turn 1. Bonwell doesn't press the issue because he knows it's still a long race. Went ahead and let him go on by because he would still get second place in this stage. But for right now, your leader is Rhett Tucker, with your pole position winner, Josh Bonwell, leading almost the whole race until just recently. Oh, and Josh gets he pushes a little there. Now to the inside goes Derek Mullins, who's now going to take that position away from him, I believe. Derek Mullins was on the outside of that front row, and Mullins is going to slide back in between those two. But Ellison, does he have a really good run? Is he going to go to the inside of Mullins? I don't think so. Looks like he checked up just a little bit. These guys trying to get this win. This stage win here. As we hit lap 19. This is lap 20 right here. So this is the white flag for this stage. As they come down through. Looks like Mullins is going to try to get around him. doing a great job. Goes to the inside. It's going to be a battle for second as they come down to the start-finish line side by side off of turn 3, heading into turn 4. Mullins has the advantage right now, but to the outside is Bonwell. It looks like Mullins is going to clear him. Bonwell gets in behind him. Looks like that's where he's going to finish. Tucker crosses the line. Caution flag is out. He is your Stage 1 winner here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's see if maybe we can't get an interview with him. Let's see if he's in Discord. Bonwell, Thompson, he is not. So we will say congratulations to you, Rhett Tucker, as we have our second caution, but for the end of Stage 1. Want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and we are going to take a quick break and have a few words from our sponsors.
To build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have two options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Snead Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
And we are back just in time to see these guys come down pit road. Rhett Tucker leads the pack in. Got to make sure everybody hits their pit stop correctly, because if not, it could be a nightmare. So far, looks like everybody's, of course, taking tires. Rhett Tucker on his left side right now, down and away. Oh, is he going to beat off? He barely beats off Derek Mullins. Chris Cinnamon comes out just behind Max Steck. Mark Brown behind him. Dylan Falovich behind him. And Torrey Smith in 8th position. Gabriel Ellison lost a lot of time on pit road. Not sure what happened there. Looks like he had a 23.17 second pit stop there. That really hurt him. Took him all the way back to 9th position. Brady LeBoeuf comes out in 10th position. Brandon Bullock in that number 28 in 11th position. Torrey Thompson in 12th. Clinton Snead still on pit road, probably fixing those repairs from that earlier wreck that he had with Allen. Casey Herring also still on pit road, probably repairing more things as well. And there's Allen, who is, I believe, currently 11 or 12 laps down at the moment. And Clinton Castleberry, it's not showing me Clinton Castleberry. It looks like he may have actually retired from the race. But back up front, Rhett Tucker is your leader. Pace lights are off. So coming down back to the green flag. Rhett Tucker and Bonwell so far seem to have the cars to beat tonight. We will see what either of them can do on this restart. Once again, Derek Mullins started on that outside lane on the start of this race. We will see if he can make that possibly work this time by. Looks like Castleberry I just seen, he is 18 laps down, but it does not say that he is completely out yet. So he may be in pits getting that thing repaired. But on my end, it does look like he did retire. As they come down the back stretch here. And if you've never been to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I actually went for the first time this summer, or last summer, and it is unreal how big this track is. 2.5 miles. They have a full 18-hole golf course in the middle of it. And, I mean, you want to talk about just being at such an iconic track with the Indianapolis 500 ran here, the Brickyard 400. This just such amazing history behind this track. And looks like the pace car is now on its way down pit road. Josh's mom in the chat says, "Go Josh." Josh is not doing too bad tonight. Restarting in third position right behind Rhett Tucker, and the green flag is out. Tucker gets a great start. Bonwell gets a great start. Looks like he's going to go to the inside of Mullins. Going to take that second position away. And he does. He clears Mullins as they head off into turn one. Mullins is still, very close to that wall there, coming off of turn one as they get into single file, and Bonwell is staying right on the bumper of Tucker. Let's see if Bonwell maybe can capitalize on this, because I felt like Bonwell had a really good car at the beginning. He's digging down deep in those corners, getting a really good run off of the corners, getting a little lower than Tucker does. Coming down to that inside, trying to get a really good run off of this corner right here. Has a really good draft off of Tucker. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, as they head off into turn one. He is hauling the mail, though. Tucker has a little sparks flying out there. And a really good run here by Bonwell. Gains a little bit on Tucker there. Tucker does a better job getting into this corner. Let's see if Bonwell can get a better run off. And April Post in the chat says, "Get it, Tucker." Tucker's got a good fan club here tonight. See if Tucker maybe can't pull off a third win. If I'm not mistaken, it would be Tucker's third win in a row. Pulling off that turkey. Oh, Tucker lets up a little bit, and Bonwell gets right back into it there in the center of the corner. But Tucker's going to get a really good run off the corner here as they head down the front stretch. And they got to make sure they don't use up those tires. That's going to be the tricky part here at Indianapolis. And you got Mullins right there as well, staying with these two. And just behind them, you got Max Steck sitting in fourth position. He's gained one position so far since the start of this race. He started in 5th position. Mullins going to go to the inside of Bonwell. Is Bonwell going to be able to hold him off? I don't think so. And Mullins going to go right around Josh. But this stage, it's still very early in the stage. Lap 27 of 80 here. And now Mullins is going to set his sights on Rhett Tucker. Mullins has had some fantastic runs so far in this series. I've just been waiting for him to have his breakout race. And, you know, possibly this could be the one. Could this be the one that Mullins pulls off that victory? We'll have to wait and see. as we come through turn 2. Drivers are all nose to tail down the back stretch. We'll take you through the field. And of course, Josh Bonwell sitting in 3rd position. Max Steck in 4th. Chris Cinnamon so far up 3 positions since the start of this race, sitting in 5th position right now. Good run for Chris Cinnamon right now. Mark Brown sitting right where he qualified, sitting in 6th position in that number 68, just hanging out with the leaders right now. Tony Smith having a good run tonight, up 6 positions from where he started. He's sitting in 7th spot right now in that number 16 Chevrolet. And just behind him, the next gaggle of cars, Brandon Bullock sitting in 9th position, driving that number 28 Chevrolet. Up 9 positions from where he started. Fantastic job there. And just behind him, Gabriel Ellison, who had that long pit stop after that stage 1. Not sure if he had some damage or what happened there, but he is back 6 positions from where he started. We'll see if he can't make his way back through the field in that number 27 Chevrolet. Dylan Falovich just behind him has gained 1 position from where he started tonight in that number 48 Chevrolet. And sitting in 11th position, Torrey Thompson in that number 88 has gained 3 positions from where he started tonight. And in 12th position, Brady LaBeouf in that number 5, or in that number 9. He has lost 5 positions since the start of this race. He had a really strong start to that first segment, but has since fallen off. But still plenty of time to make that back up. It's only laps 30 and 80. And just behind him, Clinton Snead involved in that early accident with Alan Baird, sitting on the lead lap still in 13th position. He's lost 3 positions so far in that number 49 Toyota. And behind him, Casey Herring, really kind of just limping along after what happened there under caution. I believe actually we can take you back to that. We'll go back and take a look at that, because that was an interesting mess back on lap 4. We'll go back there. You see these guys, he gets hit by Clinton and sends him up into Torrey Thompson, down to the inside wall, takes a ton of damage. So I can't imagine that car is running very well at the moment. As we come back here live at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Casey Herring is still on the lead lap. Right now he is 21.5 seconds off the leader. So he's not a lap down yet. But he has gained 2 positions since the start of this race. So I would take that as a win if I was Casey right now, given the circumstances he has been given. And behind him, Alan Baird. Oh, maybe not. Oh, looks like Alan has retired as well. Okay, I apologize for that. But back at the front of this pack, Rhett Tucker is still your leader. Looks like we have a battle back here. Max Steck. Oh, Josh. Did Josh get into the wall? Let's go back and see. Bonwell. See if we can't go back. Looks like he goes around Josh here. Josh is to the outside of him. Max Steck on the inside here, going for 3rd position. Josh really close to the outside wall, and I'm wondering if off this corner that's not what happened, if he tagged that wall. Still out there. Nope, doesn't look like he tagged it, but he gets in behind Max Steck there. As we come back to the live look here. So now Max Steck is in 3rd position. Fantastic run for Max here tonight. And Josh Bonwell falls back to 4th position, just in front of Mark Brown and Chris Cinnamon. Imagine those guys are going to be applying the pressure here. As we take another crank it up session here at Indianapolis Motor Speedways. We're going to ride on board with Chris Cinnamon. As we were doing that crank it up, you saw Mark Brown pass Josh Bonwell as we were riding on board. Whoa, Josh throws some sparks there heading into turn 2. Looks like he's struggling to fight that car. We also saw while we're riding on board with Chris Cinnamon, he got a little sideways there off of turn 4 coming down that front stretch there about a lap or 2 ago. Does a fantastic job of keeping that off the wall and saved from any incident there. But we are on lap 36 of 80. As we're winding down these laps, these guys are doing a great job trying to, keep their composure. Back up at the front, Rhett Tucker has about a 1.1 second lead over Mullins right now as they head down towards that backstretch. Max Steck still in 3rd position. Great run for him tonight. And Mark Brown, who is just behind him, sitting in 4th position. And let's talk about Brandon Bullock still. 9 spots he has gained since the drop of this green flag. He is doing a fantastic job wheeling that thing around tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if he gains some more spots and improves his position even more. We'll see if after when this stage ends, if we possibly can't get an interview with we'll see who's available. Derek Mullins, possibly. We will talk to him, or Gabriel Ellison, who had some issues there on pit road, possibly, and see what his strategy may be for the last 40 laps of this race, because those last 40 laps, these drivers are going to have to make green flag pit stops, and that is going to change the game, because green flag pit stops can either make or break your race, unfortunately, but that is the truth. as Tucker comes across the line for lap 39 here. We are 1 lap away from halfway. Of course, we want to thank our sponsors, Johnny on the Spot, for that pole award that was given to Josh Bonwell tonight. Scored a pole position here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Also want to give a huge shout out to Snead Competition Designs, who is the main sponsor for this series, this Xfinity series here on 10-4 Broadcasting. Also want to give a shout out to Buttkicker. Want to thank everybody for watching tonight. So far, it's a solid race here tonight. We've had 1 caution so far, and that was due to the number 16 car of Allen getting a little sideways and coming down right into the front of Clinton Snead. Unfortunately, white flag is out here for stage 2. Looks like Rhett Tucker is going to pull off a second stage win here tonight. And Chris Cinnamon actually just passed Josh Bonwell on the backstretch here. As we look at that, Josh kind of let him by as we come back here, back to Rhett Tucker coming around that final corner, down that front stretch to those famous bricks. He is going to win stage number 2 here tonight at the Brickyard 200. Caution flag is out. It's our 3rd caution of the night. Fantastic job by all of these guys tonight. Let's see if we can't get an interview with Derek Mullins. Hey Derek, it's Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
So you seem like you're right there. You're on the cusp of possibly challenging Tucker. Do you think you got anything for him here heading into that final segment?
I think I do. It's just the point of executing what I got planned, so hopefully it worked out.
And so far we finished 2 stages. How's the car feel so far?
It's been really good. It's just I drove it too hard on that last segment trying to catch Tucker, so we'll see what I got.
All right, well, good luck, and hopefully we will talk to you at the end of the race.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Derek. That was Derek Mullins that we were listening to there. We were interviewing him. He is 2nd currently behind Rhett Tucker, who so far has won both stages here tonight. These guys are going to be coming around and heading down pit road, but I think we'll wait to go to commercial till after pits, because I do want to see what happens here, because even this situation right here could make or break a race, because if you lose time on pit road right now, it's going to be very difficult to gain it back. This is not like your typical, it's not a track like Daytona or Talladega where you can lose some position, but you can make it back up easily as they make their way down through the pits right now, down that front stretch. See what guys, I imagine they're all going to take 4 tires because they're going to want to make it to that next pit stop, and then that next pit stop will be a question of who does what. Right now Mullins is in his pit stop. Right sides are up. Josh Bonwell just in front of him, and Tucker's already down and away. Mullins down and away. Can he beat him off of pit road? It's a race. And Tucker just beats him off of pit road. Just barely. I kind of want to watch that again because that was amazing. Let me find where that is because that was very close. Oh, it's not going to show me, but that was a really good race off of pit road. Tucker just beats him off. Max Steck comes off in third. Tony Smith, we have not talked enough about him. He has gained 9 positions since the start of this race, and he was actually involved in that wreck under caution. Looking good out there in that number 16. Let's see if we can't get a quick word with him, actually, because he is doing a fantastic job. I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like he's not going to be able to hear us because he has himself muted. And something happened back here. Showed me Mark Brown was off the track. Looks like he's fine now. But Tony Smith comes off pit road in 4th. Gabriel Ellison, 5th position off of pit road. Brady LaBeouf in 6th. Dylan Falovich in 7th. Chris Cinnamon back to 8th. Looks like he had a longer than normal pit stop, a 22.78. Clinton Snead sitting in 9th position. Mark Brown in 10th position. Torrey Thompson in 11th. And Josh Bonwell, 42 seconds on pit road. He must have had a lot of damage sitting back in 12th position. He was your Johnny on the Spot pole award. And that is unfortunate. Pace car lights are off. We do not have time to go to a commercial break. I don't want you guys to miss any of the action. If we get a good long green flag pit stop, we'll, of course, go to commercial and give a huge shout out to our sponsors. But we are coming back to the green flag for this 3rd and final stage here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Of course, we want to thank all of you for joining us. And especially coming to join me here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And I think things are really going to start to heat up as these laps wind down and this stage winds down. Now, we spoke to Derek Mullins during that caution. He has a plan. We don't know what that plan is, but let's see if he is able to execute it here in this final segment as we head towards the green flag at the Brickyard 200 here at the Snead Competition Design Xfinity Series. Pace car is off, heads down pit lane. Rhett Tucker takes a huge advantage, goes green right as soon as the pace car goes in, comes to the outside. Max Steck now passes Derek Mullins for second place. Derek Mullins was not ready for that restart. Tucker got a huge jump on that start, and now it's going to be playing catch-up game from here. And Max Steck is not going to make it easy for Mullins now as he is on the inside of him as they come down the front stretch, as they fan out in the back of the pack here. They're now single file up at the front. Let's go back here. Chris Cinnamon passing Torrey Thompson, or Torrey Smith here, heading into turn 3. Almost 3 wide back there. And Josh Bonwell is now trying to make his way past Tony Smith, I'm sorry. And Snead is on the inside now. Of course, I had to curse Tony Smith. He was having such a great run, and now he's stuck on that outside lane, and now drivers are just going around him. Mark Brown just passed him. Big battle up here between Ellison, Falovich, and Mullins. That restart for Mullins really put a damper on things. I don't believe that's how he expected this to go. And it's now going to be an uphill battle for him. As we can see, looks like Brady LaBeouf is going to the inside of Falovich in that number 9, trying to take that position away from him. That's 5th position that they're fighting for right now. and he clears him through the middle of the corner now as they head down the front stretch. So right now, Max Steck sitting in second position in that number 5 Chevrolet. Doing a great job here tonight at Indianapolis. Lap 47 of 80. And now as these guys have gotten underway, it looks like Ellison is right on the back bumper of Max Steck. Looks like he's going to try to go to the inside of him here. Is he going to do it down at the end of this backstretch here? Nope, going to stay tucked in right behind him. As Tucker is putting space between him in second place, and now Ellison's going to go to the inside here, trying to get around Max Steck on the front stretch. Is he going to be able to get enough on him as they head down into turn 1, side by side for second position? Ellison to the inside. Outside is Max Steck. Oh, and Steck still has the edge over Ellison as they head off into turn 2. And they are neck and neck as they head down the backstretch. The more that they are side by side, Tucker is just loving that. Still side by side. Ellison now passes Max Steck. Is he able to clear him? He is, and he slides up into the front of Max Steck. And now Gabriel Ellison, who, by the way, these two last week were the two guys. Ellison and Tucker were the two that got into each other, going for that stage win at Road Atlanta, racing hard for those points. So now Ellison would love to catch Tucker and take this win away from him, because if not, Tucker is going to go for 3 in a row. And that will definitely pat his points lead after 5 races. And we're going to go ahead and do a crank it up here again. And we're going to ride along with, I think we're going to ride with Dylan Falovich. So this will be a new driver that we ride along with. He's back in the field, so you'll be able to see how other people, where their lines are. But crank it up, 10-4 style. I want to thank you guys for watching. 10-4 broadcasting for tonight's running of the Brickyard 200 here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Right now we're riding on board with Dylan Falovich, driver of the number 48 Chevrolet. Currently, he is running in 6th position. He has gained 5 positions since the start of this race. Right now we are on stage 3, the final stage of this race. The drivers will have to come down pit road for a pit stop, a green flag pit stop, if we do not get a caution, which so far tonight it's not looking that way. You can see these guys are, Falovich is battling his car. He's a little loose, a little tight, keeps trying to save it there. And right now your leader Tucker has over a 2-second lead over second place. He's kind of just all by himself at the moment. And if you guys are new here, we want to thank you for joining us. You can catch us here every... Oh, caution flag is out. Something happened to Falovich, I believe. Oh, and he's around. Oh, wow. We were just riding on board with him. We saw him battling that car. It is lap 54 here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll see how this plays out. I don't believe it puts them in the pit window. It's going to be close. Maybe if these guys could possibly save some fuel. But let's go ahead, go back and take a look at what happened here to Dylan Falovich. Oh, and he gets loose off the corner and just spins it. Oh, and the 68 gets into the back of him, spins him around even more, tries to miss him. Oh, that is unfortunate. Let's see if we can't get another view of that from the blimp. Gets just loose there in the... Oh, hard hit there. That 68 probably has a lot of damage. Unfortunately. Oh, yeah. So, come back to the leaders. And we will take a quick commercial break. We want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. We will be right back after this.
To build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have 2 options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Snead Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
And we are back here on 10-4 broadcasting here at the running of the Brickyard 200. Rhett Tucker is still your leader. Brady LaBeouf comes out second out of pit road. He did a fantastic job that time. Actually, his pit crew did a fantastic job. Sorry, unless he got out of his car and started changing things himself. But nonetheless, fantastic job. Brady LaBeouf on that pit stop. Now, the question is going to be, can these guys make it the rest of the way on fuel? Now, if you hear that, These guys are cutting off their engines, trying to save fuel. Let's ride on board, because I can hear it right now. They're coasting. You see, the RPMs are at 0. Absolutely no gas going on in this vehicle right now. He's just trying to coast, trying to save as much fuel as possible. So this tells me it is going to be very close for these guys if they can make it the rest of the way. I wonder if Fred Tucker's doing the same. He's not turning it off like Brady LaBeouf, but Brady LaBeouf is turning that thing completely off and coasting, trying to save as much fuel as he can. Gabriel Ellison doing the same. You can hear the RPMs go up, and he shuts the car off right there, trying to save as much fuel as possible. This is going to be very close. This race may very well come down to who's going to make it on gas. And I keep seeing other drivers coming down pit road. Derek Mullins just came back in. I think Derek topped off. He is trying to make it the rest of the way, as these other guys are going to chance it. Brandon Bullock as well went into pit road. So these other guys, Chris Cinnamon, doesn't sound like he's shutting the engine off. Clinton Snead, he is shutting the engine off. Tony Smith, this is going to be very interesting. And Derek Mullins, he's back here now. You can hear him shutting his off as we are coming down to the green flag here, as I believe we're approaching lap 58, as we're going to be going green this time by. This is going to be an ending to watch, because if we do not have another caution, these guys are going to be battling it out with who has the most gas. And the last two drivers to come into pit road were Derek Mullins and Brandon Bullock. As we head off into turn 1, Red Tucker gets a fantastic start. Gabriel Ellison to the inside of Brady LaBeouf. Oh, Brady LaBeouf into the outside wall. Scrapes it. Going to get cleared by Ellison. And now Max is going to go around him. Chris Cinnamon trying to go around him. Josh Bonwell, your pole position, is now also getting behind Cinnamon, trying to get around Brady LaBeouf as well. And there's Clinton Snead right behind him, and Tony Smith behind him. And there's Derek Mullins just behind him, trying to battle his way back up there. But if he has enough fuel, it's going to be a game changer. Because here's the issue. Some of these guys are going to be pressing the issue, and these other guys are not going to be able to make it on fuel because they've been pushing so hard for the duration, the rest of this race. And you see Mullins there going to the inside of Tony Smith. That is for 8th position. And now Mullins has his eyes set on Clinton Snead. I really don't know who has enough fuel to make it to the end. I thought we would have a green flag pit stop, but that last caution prevented that. So now it's going to be a game of who can save the most fuel, or who has the most fuel. And who has the most fuel, I can tell you right now, is Derek Mullins in that number 22. As we come back up through the field, Max Steck sitting in 3rd position, just behind Tucker and Gabriel Ellison. And Bonwell, that battle's going on, goes to the inside of Chris Cinnamon. He's trying to make up lost ground that he has had with lost positions on pit road and getting into the wall a little bit out of turn 2. Now doing a fantastic job making his way back up there, sitting in 4th position, trying to get back to where he was. He dominated the first portion of this race, led, I believe, 17 laps there at the beginning, nose to tail, until Rhett Tucker caught up to him and ended up passing him. And ever since then, it has been the Rhett Tucker show. But with 20 laps to go, the big question is, will they make it on fuel? Time will tell, as Ellison has his sights set on Tucker. These two guys battle it out week in and week out and put on a great show for us. I want to remind everybody watching, if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and give us a subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. You know, it's a Wednesday night series, runs at 8 o'clock Eastern time, is qualifying. And then shortly after that, we go right into the race. And every week, these guys give us fantastic races week in and week out. And let me tell you, we have broadcast quite a few leagues. And this is the first league that we have broadcast, and they do stage racing. I cannot tell you how exciting stage racing is. When it comes down to the end of those stages, these guys are racing like it's the last lap and they're racing for a win. But they are racing for points. So these guys are going to give it their all week in and week out. And as for next week, I want to give you the correct race that we're going to be at. And next week, we travel to Martinsville night. It's going to be the Paperclip 200 laps next week at Martinsville Speedway. That is not going to be a race you want to miss. It is going to be a great race just because of where they are racing. And also, with that said, it will be the sixth race of the season for the North American Sim Racing Association. That is the league here tonight, 8 o'clock every Wednesday, all the way up until it looks like April 14th is the final race for the championship. And it's the first chase race or playoffs begin March 22nd. The top 16 drivers in points will advance to that championship round. So every point here gained tonight and every race hereafter is very crucial for that playoff position and spot, making sure you're in that top 16 here in the Snead Competition Design Xfinity Series. Right now, these guys are pretty calm and collected, but the question is still, we've got 17 laps to go. How are these guys doing on fuel? Let's see if I can't. Oh. So we're going to look at stint length. So right now, this is how long these guys have been out on this run. So the first run they ran 22 laps. Looks like they ran about 22 laps each. And then 20 laps for that second one, because that's when the competition caution came out for the end of stage 2. And then they ran 13 laps, and now they are on their final stint pending cautions. And right now, it's difficult for me to see. It looks like they're about 9 laps on this stint. I'm going to go back down. Derek Mullins in 6th position. He is about 3 more laps of fuel than they do. So that really, I mean, what a call by Mullins to attempt to pull that off. But smart strategy when you're not up front. We will see how it goes. 15 laps to go. Ellison and Tucker nose to tail. Ellison, I think, is finally going to try to make his move, but also maybe is Ellison possibly saving fuel. Let's go take a ride on board. Oh, that's with Tucker. I want to ride with Ellison, see what his management is on tires and fuel, possibly. I think. Oh no, I was trying to see if I can't get. I guess it doesn't work. I thought I had a fuel option here to see if they would make it, but it is not working for me, so I apologize for that. But we're riding on board here with Gabriel Ellison in second place right now. 14 laps to go. Doesn't seem like he's doing much to possibly save fuel. He's kind of going... he's giving it all he can, as you can hear him running through the gears as he comes down the front straightaway, trying to catch Tucker here. And these two are going to battle it out again. It's going to be interesting if somebody runs out of fuel that's at the front of the pack, because everybody else is behind you, so it's going to be a mess if something happens. See if we can't see this battle box between Rhett Tucker and Gabriel Ellison. Gabriel Ellison staying right there on him. You see, since the start of this race, Rhett Tucker has gained 3 positions and Gabriel Ellison has gained 1. Right now, Rhett Tucker has a .33 lead over Ellison. I did not mean to hit that button. And let's go take a look back here at Max Steck and Chris Cinnamon. Max Steck sitting in third position and Chris Cinnamon in fourth. Back here, a big battle between these three. Derek Mullins, Chris Cinnamon, and Josh Bonwell, your pole sitter for tonight. As we approach 12 laps to go, right now Max Steck has a second lead over Chris Cinnamon. See if he can't keep that up. So we are still curious as the time winds down, the laps wind down. Who is going to make it to the end of this race with those, with the fuel mileage the way it is? I believe there's quite a few drivers that are not going to make it to the end of this race, but I could be completely wrong. I know a lot of guys were trying to save on that caution. It's a battle for third that we're watching right now between Cinnamon and Mullins. They come through turn 3, hitting into turn 4 just before they make their way down that long front stretch. And we are at 10 laps to go. We're going to give one more. We're going to take one more. Well, we're going to wait. Derek Mullins to the inside of Chris Cinnamon. Is he going to take this position away? And I believe he is. Derek Mullins is driving the wheels off of that thing. Chris Cinnamon drops back to 5th. And Tony Smith, real quick, has jumped back up to 7th position after that restart was a little haywire for him. But we're going to take one more quick commercial break. Once again, thank you guys for watching 10-4 Broadcasting. Make sure you subscribe and like the video so you can get notifications for every time we go live. And we will be right back.
To build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have two options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Snead Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
And we are back here on 10-4 Broadcasting. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We are 8 laps to go. Tucker is leading by about a point. It keeps changing. Ellison has really reeled him in here in these closing laps. Nose to tail. The question, gives a little block. This is where things are going to get hairy. These are the two guys that last week at Road Atlanta got into each other coming down for a win in a stage race. And now Ellison to the inside. But to the outside, Tucker is not giving in. He's not going to let him run him over. He is challenging him really hard. He's got that outside lane. Outside lane is really, I wouldn't say is the preferred line. But right now, Tucker is making it work. And at the line, it's going to be Ellison this time by with 7 laps to go. As they head off into turn 1, Ellison gets a fantastic run there. And Tucker's still to the outside, trying to battle back, trying to pinch him down there, trying to make it to where he gets a little bit of room. And now he comes prevailing to the outside. And Tucker now to the lead. Now Ellison back to the lead as they come off of turn 2 down this long backstretch. And Gabriel Ellison back to the lead. Oh, and Tucker gets loose and tags the wall with the rear end of the car. That's going to clear the position for Ellison. Wow. Now Ellison, your leader here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the first time tonight, gets around Tucker, but Tucker is not going to make it easy. And the question still stands. Do they have enough fuel to make it to the end? That is what's going to be the tricky part here. At the end, as we're winding down the laps, I believe Derek Mullins has enough to make it to the end. Now these two were trying to save during that last caution, but will it be enough, especially with these two battling it out as hard as they are right now with 6 laps to go here in this 2.5-mile track? Oh, and Tucker is just driving the wheels off of that thing. He's getting sideways coming out of the corner. On the line for Tucker, honestly, is a 3-in-a-row win streak. If he loses tonight, it snaps a 2-in-a-row win streak. And if he was able to win and pull it off, it would be a 3-in-a-row win streak for Tucker. And what a mound of momentum that would be for his team. But also, Gabriel Ellison, what a mound of momentum it would be for him, who won just 3 weeks ago at the Vice City 125 at Homestead, Miami Speedway. If he wins tonight, this will be his 2nd win of the season, and it would really tighten that points battle up between these two right now, because this is your 1st and 2nd place in the points position. Tucker has a 10-point lead over Ellison heading into tonight. That could look very different pending the results here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So we're coming down to 4 laps to go. Let's take a quick look through the rest of the field. Max Steck sitting in 3rd position. Derek Mullins, who I've been talking a lot about since that last caution, I believe he has enough fuel to make it to the end. And just behind him, Chris Cinnamon in that number 3. Then we go back to our pole setter. Oh, Josh Bonwell almost sideways off the corner there, heading down the front stretch as we just came to see how he's doing. Looks like he's battling a very loose car. Wow. Great save there, though. And then just behind him, Tony Smith having a great run tonight, up 6 positions since the drop of the green flag. And Clinton Snead, 8th position right now. Not bad for what happened to him earlier, as he was involved in a crash very early on. I want to say about lap 5 or 6. He has been able to recover, and he's now back up to 8th. And just behind him, Dylan Falovich, sitting in 9th place in that 48th, and Brady LaBeouf in that number 9 sitting in 10th position, and Brandon Bullock sitting right now in 11th. Torrey Thompson sitting in 12th. Casey Herring, who has been struggling all night due to that incident that he had under caution. He got hit and he went into that inside wall. Unfortunate for him, but he is sitting in 13th position. He's gained 3 positions since the start of the green flag, or the start of this race. So, you know, a position is a position. Alan Baird sitting back there in 14th position, and Mark Brown in 15th. Clinton Castleberry is in 16th. And now as we come back up to the leaders, Ellison has now taken his lead over a 1.2 second lead. The laps are winding down. I'm getting a little anxious, wondering who may run out of gas and when. This is where chances are taken and mistakes are made, unfortunately. As we come down through turn 2, 2 laps to go. I'm beginning to wonder, I want to take a ride on board with Ellison, see if he's doing anything to possibly save fuel. Doesn't seem like he's getting the gas down as hard as he can. He's kind of coasting through the center of the corner. And it looks like Chris Cinnamon just passed Derek Mullins, and Derek Mullins just passed him back. Looks like there's a battle back here. Let's go take a look at this. These two battling side by side for 4th position here. Cinnamon to the inside, Derek Mullins to the outside, side by side at the line. And it's the white flag is out. Question is, will drivers start running out of gas? Does Ellison have enough? Does Rhett Tucker have enough? Max Steck have enough? This is going to be an interesting last lap. I believe at this point they may have enough, but I don't know for sure. Doesn't seem like Ellison is too concerned. He's full throttle coming through the corner. Getting back into it for the final time. Coming to that final corner. Oh, do I hear a little bit of hesitation? And he is going to win the Brickyard 200. Gabriel Ellison pulls it off. Unbelievable. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to do it, but Gabriel Ellison brings home the win in that number 27 Chevrolet. Fantastic race. Waits till near the end of the race to make that pass over Tucker. And wow. Unbelievable. Fantastic race here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's take a quick recap of the cautions that we did have before we interview the drivers and go back. Clinton Snead, his incident is coming here to Allen, comes sliding down, slams right into him, gets into... Oh, I just noticed that Herring also got into the 14, and that's probably what caused the rest of this, because also under this situation, Herring gets into the 16 and the 21 and comes straight down to the inside and slams that wall really hard. And then the only other incident that we did have was Mark Brown, I believe, in stage 3. Yeah, Mark Brown went off the track. Oh, no, not Mark Brown. I'm sorry. That was a different incident. Dylan Falovich getting loose through turn 1, and Mark Brown getting to back of him and causing that one. Unbelievable. But back here live, these guys are having a lot of fun. Gabriel Ellison is your winner. Fantastic job. And we are going to interview these guys. Let's get them set up and ready. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Let's see. We've got Ellison is your winner. Rhett Tucker. And third place was Max Steck. Max Steck right there. Okay. Hey, Max, this is Tim up in the booth. Come home in third place. What a finish for you. I mean, I would take third place any day here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Take me through how your race went.
It went pretty good, pretty clean. I've actually never run here before. So I figured in practice it was going to be hard on tires. I probably went a little too easy on that last run, trying to conserve them, but everything went pretty good.
Was there ever a point in the race where you thought, you wouldn't make it on fuel? I was really wondering, how much fuel did you have left at the end there?
None.
I thought that you might say that.
I mean, the crew chief thing I got said I was to the good, but that was only after I was coasting around on the caution laps.
Okay.
Yeah, it was real close. I actually didn't even think about it until all of a sudden I came down pit road and actually said I wasn't going to make it. I was like, shoot.
Yeah, I was really curious as to how guys were looking. But looking at you, you are in 12th in points right now. The cutoff for the playoffs is 16th, and tonight you beat quite a few guys that are in front of you, so you should be able to gain some ground on them. And next week, I believe we are at Martinsville. How do you feel about Martinsville?
That's a pretty good track for me. Last week, I should have probably had at least a top 5 and wrecked on lap 1. So that's going to be my drop week. So I'd probably be a lot higher up than I am now. But the road courses are usually where I get my wins at.
I did forget about the drop week. So, yeah, you'll be gaining a lot of those points back. But great job on third place tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, Wayne Paul Corp, Global Office Suites, Copper, Penny, Bailey, and Nico on the back of the car. And I think that's it.
Well, congratulations again, and we will see you next week at Martinsville.
10-4, see you there.
That was Max Steck finishing in third position tonight. Great run for him in that number 5 Chevrolet. And now we're going to talk to Rhett Tucker. Hey, Rhett, so you dominate the whole race pretty much. I know you don't want to hear that, but, what was different on that last run than the rest of the race?
I don't know. I screwed up. That's what was different. I was good the rest of the race.
And what do you think? Was it your driving style, or do you think maybe Gabriel kind of, held back a little bit? Because I know sometimes drivers don't show what they got until it's time. It's time to go.
Gabe's got a new nickname. I think it should be Mr. Consistency, because that got him another one tonight, man. That dude, I don't know, just kept it cool, and I was overdriving once again, like in La La Land, and then hit a wall. I don't know. That sucks.
Hey, coming off of 2 wins in a row, Next week is Martinsville. How do you feel about Martinsville?
That's in my wheelhouse. I like that. Honestly, like my goal, I didn't think I was good here. My goal coming in tonight was to rack up some playoff points. So
You
I
did
guess
that
it's a success.
quite well tonight. 2 stage wins, winning stage 1 and stage 2. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, you guys in the booth, killer broadcast you guys put on. Clinton Snead, Gabe for driving a hell of a race, everybody for running. Good run for Max. I hate what happened to Castleberry. I don't know what happened between him and Herring, but my spotter said that Herring should have got the boot, so I'm going to have to go back and check all that out before I say anything else. Malware Bites, Prosper Engineering, Primary Jeep, Hummers, and Argos. I don't know. I'll go get them next week.
Well, great finish tonight, second place, and 2 stage wins. So that's, it's almost like a win, getting 2 of those. But congratulations on your second place finish, and we'll see you next week at Martinsville.
Thank you, sir.
And that was Rhett Tucker coming home in second place here at the Brickyard 200. And now, the man of the hour, Gabriel Ellison, bringing home the trophy here at the Brickyard. Gabriel, walk me through after that last pit stop.
Man, so we were actually, I was hoping for a late caution because me and Clinton Snead and Brady LaBeouf, we all actually stayed out or did not take tires at the end of stage 1. So we had 1 tire set left and no one else did. So I was actually rooting for a caution when I was riding around in second. But then, once I got the lead, I did not want a caution. Pretty much, I knew Brett was super quick. So if I could just keep up with him, I just had to hope he'd make a mistake, and that's eventually what happened because this car was pretty loose. It'd be tight, and then it'd be loose. It was all over the place. So it definitely not an easy car to drive at this track here.
Yeah, it looked like you guys had your handfuls quite a few times there when we were doing Crank It Up. A lot of the guys were loose off of 2 and loose off of 4, but
yeah,
everybody did a great job saving it. Unfortunately, your teammate Clinton Snead actually was a victim of one of those, somebody getting loose through the corner and he got slammed into. But, a great win for you tonight. Next week is Martinsville. How do you feel about that?
Oh, that'll be fun. I really like that track. It's we might not do a lot of green flag racing, but I really like racing there. I just really like how close quarters it is, and everybody ends up getting mad. It's just great.
Well, this is your second win of the season. The points are going to be very tight between you and Tucker after tonight's calculations because you both have 2 wins. I think you have 1 more top 5 than he does, but he has, I think, more stage wins. So it's going to be interesting to see how that breaks down heading into next week. You got anybody to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, man! Just a shout out to Clinton Snead for putting the series on there. Snead Competition Design. Thanks to Brady LaBeouf, Michael McKinnon over at NASRA for setting the foundation for all the league and everything. And thanks to you, 10-4, for broadcasting the league.
Well, fantastic win tonight. Congratulations again, and we will see you next week at Martinsville.
All right, thank you, man.
Well, there you have it. Your winner, Gabriel Ellison, winning the Brickyard 200 here on 10-4 Broadcasting. He wins his second race of the season with the Snead Competition Designs Xfinity Series. And as always, we want to thank everybody at the North American Sim Racing Association that brings you this race every week. Also, a huge shout out to Snead Competition Design and Johnny on the Spot, who gives out the pole award every week, and shout out to Buttkicker as well. Make sure you follow or subscribe and like the broadcast for tonight. Next week we will be back at 8 p.m. to be racing at Martinsville under the lights. It's going to be a fantastic close quarters race. Once again, I'm Timothy Hammond. From all of us here at 10-4 Broadcasting, have a great night, and we will see you next week.